What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today, where is Rian Johnson's trilogy? You know, the one that Lucasfilm officially announced back in 2017. The one that Rian Johnson on multiple occasions has claimed he's still working on, yet there's absolutely no evidence to support those claims. And then in recent months, after he confirmed it multiple times on Twitter, now he's backpedaling saying, we're still going to see what Lucasfilm wants to do, yada, yada, yada. But you've confirmed it multiple times on Twitter. You said it was happening in very dismissive ways. It just continues to go into the easy assumption that Lucasfilm has no idea what they're doing, because we continue to see time and time again that they make terrible decisions. There's no planning, there's no organization, there's no leadership whatsoever. Now again, we can talk about multiple times where Rian Johnson here on Twitter, Rian Johnson, are you still working on your trilogy? I'm waiting for it. Yup. There's another one. Rian Johnson, are you still that's the same one. Right here, when the Super Movie Bros had the blog that claimed that Rian Johnson's trilogy was canceled. And of course, what happens? Rian Johnson, no, it isn't true. I'm still working on the trilogy. And then he gets sarcastic and dismissive, which normally I respect when you're sarcastic, but not when you are this guy who is a known liar. With all due respect to the movie bros, who I'm sure are lovely kind of bros with good fraternal intentions, just being dismissive. But then now we've moved it to where, maybe we'll talk to Lucasfilm, we'll see. But you point blank have said multiple times on Twitter that it is happening. Now, of course, we go back to the announcement. This is on StarWars.com, the official announcement of Rian Johnson's trilogy back on November 9th of 2017. This is an official announcement. And yet, here we are. Several years later, literally nothing has happened. But Kathleen Kennedy has finally spoken up multiple times to contradict things that comes out of Bob Iger's mouth, because they have no clue what they're doing. But, of course, we've already lost one trilogy, not a movie. We're talking about a trilogy. She lost a trilogy, not a movie. Talking about a trilogy. Benioff and Weiss completely walked away from not a movie, from a trilogy. So she's destroyed one trilogy, she's lost another, and now we have one that was announced that doesn't seem to have they have no aspirations to actually do anything with it, yet they can't comment on it publicly. Now, I'll go back to where I showed you where Rian Johnson has publicly said, yes, I'm working on it. We have a pattern of behavior with Rian Johnson. If you remember in The Last Jedi trailer, Kylo Ren's scar was moved, because Kylo Ren's scar was moved in The Last Jedi. And when people asked him about it on Twitter, he said it isn't. It isn't. And then people started showing actual evidence to show that Kylo Ren's scar was moved. Oh, it was my decision to slightly adjust it. And that was my justification. It honestly looked goofy running straight up the bridge of his nose. But you said it wasn't moved, Rian. You said it wasn't moved. And then you claimed it was. It's interesting how Rian Johnson continues to lie, continues to make things up, and yet we're supposed to believe that he's working on a trilogy. So I would just wonder, is the moment they announce that his trilogy is canceled, if they ever announce it, that's just going to be a complete indictment of Kathleen Kennedy's job, which so has everything else that's happened at Lucasfilm, so it's not like we're breaking any news here. But the fact that his trilogy was announced back in November of 2017, and they've literally not talked about it publicly anymore, is a joke. What type of company announces a trilogy and then never talks about it again? I mean, hey, this guy's going to make a Star Wars trilogy. Yet crickets now, several years later. Literally nothing. This is the most incompetent company I have ever seen. It's the most important brand in cinema history. It's the most important brand in geek history. And we have a woman running it who has absolutely no clue what she's doing. Unbelievable joke. So, hopefully we'll get an update on Rian Johnson's trilogy maybe we'll get a press release from Bob Chapek, the new CEO. Maybe you can clean up the mess that Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger created at Lucasfilm. Maybe Rian Johnson will tweet about it tomorrow and tell us he's got his trilogy and he's still working on it. Maybe we'll hear something back. He's already done Knives Out, and then he's got a sequel to Knives Out that's already in the works, yet we don't have a trilogy. Unbelievable. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Reylos are weird. Rian Johnson ain't getting his trilogy, and we will talk to you later.